Hello and welcome to How Do I Do the Assignment? Argument Paper Basics Edition. The first thing I want you to do is read the Bridge Argument PDF. That's where a lot of your answers are going to come from for this week's assignment. Then down here you have a series of different examples of essays, and this will help you with the paper you're going to write. So up here, the weekly assignment. Down here, the paper you're going to write. Now let's get to the assignment. This is the Argument Paper Basics. Basically, you'll see I have put some posts underneath on this message board, and each post is representative of one of the paragraphs you will be doing for your argument paper. Introduction, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, body paragraph 3. Counter-argument and refutation, that's a new one, and conclusion. So that is 6 paragraphs, and you will be replying to each of these posts that I made. For example, once you have read the Bridge PDF, I want you to answer the question, what is an introduction? Use your experience to explain how it should start. Are there any components to the argument essay intro that are important to mention? Yeah, the thesis has a certain expectation and an expectation of how you present that thesis in an argumentative way. That's part of the chapter you're reading. I don't want to spoil it, but please do it. Body paragraph 1, define a body paragraph. What is the purpose of the body paragraph in an argument paper? So what does each body paragraph represent for each argument you are layering into the paper? What are the elements of a body paragraph? This probably has something to do with the amount of research you need to do. What are the expectations within this class? Meaning, how many sources probably should you be using, and how long is the paper expected to be? For that, you're going to have to go to the actual paper assignment, but altogether, you will be able to answer then this question. Body paragraph 2, this is where we diverge a little bit and we talk about an actual argumentative topic. High school students should wear school uniforms. That is the argument. Find research to back this up, and then write it down here along with the correct MLA. The correct MLA in text citation, and then, of course, the end citation that you would put in the works cited page. Pretend like it would go on your works cited page. It even says that. So, you need to find some research that would help you argue that people should be wearing high school students, not people, should be wearing school uniforms, and then present it to me as if it were in the paper itself. We do that again for body paragraph 2. The government should raise the minimum wage. Find a source, support, and in this one I ask you to do a transition that introduces a second argument for the need to raise the minimum wage. So if you have something about, for example, it will help people live above the poverty line. Well, another reason, transition into another reason you should do it is not only because of the poverty line, but also perhaps because of the, and then you fill in the blank. Transition into that second point that you're going to make about raising the minimum wage. Counter-argument and refutation. Now, this is in the chapter, but I'll give you a quick précis of what's given in that chapter. In this paragraph, you are going to find someone who disagrees with each of your body paragraphs. So if you say there are 3 things that should be done to make education better, and 1 is charter schools, 2 is more smaller classrooms, and 3 is pay the teachers more. Then you need to go out and find people that say, no, don't pay the teachers more, no, don't use charter schools, and no, don't have smaller class sizes. See, I'm getting old. But I made it. I got it. And present their argument briefly. And then you refute it. So you're not agreeing with them. You're not really saying that your argument is weak. You're taking the strongest argument against you. They say that lower class sizes don't help in certain fields. For example, PE, physical education, and let's say the sciences show no benefit of smaller class sizes. Well, your refutation is, well, the entire education process is not 2 classes. So if the best argument against making classes smaller is that sometimes it isn't as beneficial as others, it certainly doesn't lower the expectation that that's a good argument and it's a good argument to make. So present like someone is in the room talking to you, someone that disagrees with that paragraph. Present their side, reference it, source it, and then refute it. Say, even though they claim that there are certain fields that don't need smaller class sizes, physical education in this, the idea of general smaller class sizes still works because it provides higher test scores in this, and you can maybe even tailor in the idea that you don't have to always have smaller class sizes, but for most classes, it's a great thing to shoot for, to get to. So, in each of the body paragraphs, all of a sudden you have one body paragraph that goes through all three of the other body paragraphs, disagrees with them, and then you refute that disagreement. You eventually turn that argument around. You're trying to sharpen your skills. Mostly in papers, you just get to present information that you like, right? All the information that you find that helps your cause. What this paragraph does is it makes you go out and look for the counter argument. What do people disagree, and how do people disagree with your argument? So go out and find it, and then show that even though people say this, people disagree with you, you still can refute it and say that your argument is stronger. So your argument still wins, but you have that layer of, and that idea that you are listening to another argument and then showing how yours is still superior. You're not just presenting only your own specific set of facts. Conclusion, how do you write an effective conclusion for this paper? List the different ways you can end an argument paper, and these are both in the chapter that you'll be reading. So, I've gone through all that I can from this week. Argument paper basics. You will be writing your paper as well, obviously, your argument paper. Both of those are up, and I hope that this helps you along that path from the hills above Castaic. This is Professor Gifford, signing off.